That's what's wrong with this generation today. These young boys today, what do she bring to the table? The hell you mean, man? What do your ass bring to the table? You got a woman that can come to the table that can make another you. What else she need to slide up to the table with? What about your job? What happened to men who were supposed to be responsible? Do you know that it's our job to take care of a woman and some children, to have a family? That's our damn job.
But what happens to when the woman tell you, I don't need a man, Steve?
Well, they need to what? Okay, if you don't, how that's working? You know, how that's working? Who don't need no man?
I'm independent. I can do for myself.
Yeah, but why do you want to? Yeah, okay, you can drop a transmission. You can sandblast your house. But hell, do you want to?
No.
If somebody could get out there and drop this transmission for you and sandblast your house, why don't you go get your nails done? I'm not trying to reduce a woman to nothing else. Be all you can be. But damn, who don't need a man? That's a lie. What man don't need a woman? I tell you what. Try to live without them. Try to live your life without women. This ain't about la-da-da, man. This some bullshit without women. If it wasn't for women, what would you? Aristotle Onassis said it best. He said, if women did not exist, all the money in the world would have no meaning. Dog, women is everything. They done catch me out. They done lick, man. But these young boys done forgot it because these women out here, they've had to be independent because they ain't got the right man.
Okay.
But this system of marriage is still good.
Okay.
This system of a man taking care of a woman, that's really how it's supposed to be. All the rest of it's bullshit, man. And y'all need to quit tricking yourself with this new way of thinking. Because this new way of thinking ain't getting y'all no damn where. I'm sorry.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Saving Men's Lives Network. Fellas, as you just heard, Steve Harvey, while being interviewed by Shannon Sharp, said that women don't need to bring anything other than themselves and their wet you-know-what to the table. That's all they need to bring. Their ability to incubate our seed to full term if nothing goes wrong in the 9-month process is the only thing women have to offer, and all that we as men should be looking to receive. Interesting. Gentlemen, I've said it before, I'll say it again. And I want to be very careful here because Steve Harvey is approximately my dad's age, and I was raised to respect my elders. I understand this man's story. I know that he's a very talented comedian. I've laughed at plenty of his jokes throughout the years. He's a hardworking man, and he has a true American success story. This is a guy who once lived out of his car. He's now worth several hundreds of millions of dollars. We should all aspire to achieve that level of financial acumen and success in our own lives, and I pray you all get there. But let's not forget that every coin has two sides. Steve Harvey is a 2-time loser in the marriage sweepstakes. 2 divorces, several tens of millions of dollars gone, ripped from him by the family court system. And now, in his 3rd and hopefully final marriage, he picks up off the side of the road some crack dealer's ex-jump-off and decided to marry her and make her his wife. He adopted her kids from some other men, and now one of them, Lori, is an industry pass-around, an industry frisbee, out here doing whatever she wants to do, racking up a body count like racking up miles on a car on a road trip. See, here's the problem, fellas. Steve Harvey is a sucker for love, and he's definitely simping for this woman he's having to work his ass off just to keep. See, the problem with Steve Harvey is he's on what I call the hypergamy hamster wheel. He is running non-stop. The guy's got 57 jobs. He's got his morning show. He's got the Family Feud gig. You know, any jokes, special appearances. The man is working. A man at his age should be winding down, especially with the wealth he's accumulated. He could live off the interest for decades. This man could coast around the world on a yacht and never miss a beat. But because he's got this woman he should have never been introduced to in the first place, and because he's walking through life with these old-fashioned values that have no place in the current Western dating market, okay, fine. There was a time where, yeah, a man would find a woman worthwhile and he would commit himself to her and his resources, his time, his energy, and she would make his house a home by bringing to him more than just her wet vag. She would bring him femininity, and she wouldn't have her hand out every 5 seconds like his wife does. This man is working almost around the clock just to not have her hypergamy blow up in his face for the third strike that he be out on. And he's telling us young men that marrying Western women is still a good bet for us? It's still a good move for us? You're telling us that we have to go out here, slay all the dragons, build civilization, invent all of the technology, put it all in place and make it easy to use and even easier to understand. Do all these things, build our money up, build our prestige up, build our status up, build our bodies up in the gym or through calisthenics. Do all these things, and the only thing they need to bring to us of value is what every single one on the planet has. Not to mention build and install and maintain 100% of all of the world's infrastructure. And the only thing we have to look forward to is them bringing a vagina. That's all we need. A womb. That's the only thing Steve Harvey thinks we as modern men need to look forward to and be in anticipation of when it comes to women. Gentlemen, if you don't get anything else from this video, please understand this right here. There are only 3 kinds of power women have. Number 1, their innate femininity. There are men hopping on airplanes, boats. There's guys getting in rafts and kayaks, going to foreign countries to find women and pair up with women who still behave in the feminine way, who still understand what it means to be a woman, to be of service to a man, to be helpful to a man, to bring value to a man's life, and to do it with a smile on their face and warm feminine energy. These women are operating in the absolute highest divine femininity, and there's men who cannot find it where they grew up. Number 2, the ability to leverage sex or the implied possibility of it for favors, gifts, attention, and or a commitment from the man they really do want. Their ability to dangle that like a carrot tied to a string, tied to a stick, is the power women have over men, and it is the power that they use to withdraw all of their influence from simps who just don't understand their nature. And number 3, last but certainly not least, political and or social power imposed upon men from other men who simp for them. These are politicians, judges, certain police officers who were trained under the Duluth model on domestic V-word. YouTube doesn't like that much, but you guys get it because you can read between the lines. This is the thing that beats men over their head. Men of well-meaning nature. Men of good character, men who mean well and intend to do well and do right by the women they invite into their lives. Remember, fellas, we give away our commitment way too easy to women who didn't do anything at all to deserve it. All she did was exactly what Steve Harvey is talking about in this video. All she did was show up with a pretty face, hopefully a decent body. Maybe she treated you nice for like 10 minutes and you decided, okay, this is my new girlfriend. And your life was miserable soon thereafter. Why? Because you didn't make demands of her. You didn't make her understand that there's work you need to do before I give you something as valuable to me that you seek after, and that is commitment, aka access to long-term provisioning, protection, and possibly procreation. Gentlemen, this is buffoonery. This is buffoonery because if you live your life the way Steve Harvey suggests in this video, you are going to be a lick. You're going to be little more than a John. All you're going to be is a wallet with feet, and she's going to drain you dry. And when there's nothing left, she will look you in your face as if you never did anything at all for her, ever. She will turn around, she'll walk out that door, and the conga line of DMs and beta male orbiters, and even those guys she actually likes, are going to be standing there waiting with arms outstretched to catch her before she falls. Do not listen to Steve Harvey on relationship advice. Listen all you want if it's a comedy special. With that said, fellas, that's my time. Like the video, comment down below, share with a friend, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Never let your brother suffer in silence when the truth can set him free. Networkers, we working. Till next time.